Oh, I'll tell you what, I've not done one of these in a while. Yeah. Um, I wanted to make this because I put up ideas for setup changes for early part of this year to next year, basically. I kind of want to go over them again, but talk about whether they're going to still happen, not happen, or they have happened, or even things that I wanted to add into it. So a lot of the tech changes that I mentioned were like monitor, mouse, keyboard. Well, the keyboard's already done, graphics card, and so on. But a lot of these changes can't really happen yet because I want to change how this space is. So one of the things I want to do is repaint the walls. Not so much the walls across here, they're fine, and obviously the walls over there are fine. It's the feature wall, which, as you can probably see there, is a ghastly green, and it's that green that's on the wall where my desk is right now. And I've outgrown this colour. It's horrible. He says while sitting in a green DX Racer chair. This is one of the other things that's going to change. But yeah, that's one thing I want to do. I want to try and bring more light into this room because a lot of the light that comes in here at the moment is usually from the lights that are dotted around here. And when it's daylight, it still feels very, very dark and it doesn't feel cozy. It doesn't feel inviting. So that's going to change. I also want to change how the actual room itself is laid out. I mean, where my desk is at the moment, that's fine. There's no real issues where the desk is. But right now you can see there, that's my TV stand, which houses all the tech there. And next to me, on just here, is my sofa. I want to change this sofa for something else. A lot of the names I'm going to mention about the furniture, they're all from IKEA because IKEA. I just quite like IKEA stuff. So at the moment I've got a Tidefors sofa. It's very comfortable, don't get me wrong, but it's showing its age now. It's also a brown sofa, and in this kind of space, yeah, it's not very pleasing to look at. So one sofa I looked at was the Gronlid 2-seat sofa, but I want to get it in this natural looking colour, which would look really nice in here. But the other thing I want to do is move the sofa to where the TV stand is now and have the TV stand against this wall. I think that will look really good. It will make it feel more complete. So usually if I have the telly on behind me and say for instance I'm watching something on YouTube, at the moment it's usually Tom Scar's Last Week, don't know why, but I just picked it up recently, and when I say picked it up, I just started watching it recently and I'm actually really enjoying it. But then I've got the touring cars on my TV. At the moment I have to turn around, it's not very comfortable, so I'd rather just glance over there and it's fine. That's what I want to do. And I also want to change the stand itself. I like the Besta stands, they're really, really nicely designed. I want to get it though in the white stained oak, because that's just the normal oak effect, but the white stained oak would again bring more light in here without making it look too clinical. And the desk itself I want to change too, because right now it is a Malm desk, and it's one that would have had the pull-out sort of extra table bit, but I didn't put that in because I feel it would just something sticking there. Oh god, that's something really sticky there. I think that's where I had a shelf unit there. It would just feel a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, the Malm desk, it's a decent desk, don't get me wrong, but again it's in this sort of dark oak finish. And again it's starting to show its age. So I've been looking at possibly getting the Beckant desk system. So it has the white stained oak top and possibly the white underframe as well. I think that will again bring more light into the room. So obviously once all those bits are done, I can then start to move on to the actual proper tech changes. Oh yeah, one more bit of furniture we'll be changing is, of course, this. I don't like the DX Racer chairs anymore. They're not very comfortable, but I have to put up with it for now. I'm looking at like a proper office chair that has proper, fully adjustable lumbar support, fully adjustable head support, and all the general support that I could possibly need right now for my health reasons. Yeah, that's part of the furniture changes. But once I've done that, I can then move on to the proper tech changes. Now, I'm going to go through these again because, as I said, some of the changes are still going to go ahead and happen. Some things may be different. Some things may have already happened. And I want to start with, of course, I actually want to start with the mouse. I originally said I wanted to have wireless, colour to match the current keyboard, which is obviously the custom made one. I was possibly looking at the MX Master 2S, but now the MX Master 3 has just been released, and I've been kind of looking at that. But at the same time, a lot of the features of that mouse, I can't really justify using that mouse in particular, so I'm still looking at the MX Master 2, but I may end up still sticking with a gaming mouse because I saw the G305 wireless mouse is available. It just uses a standard AA battery, and if you put it into that endurance mode, it lasts 9 months. 70 days or 9 months? Yeah, but no, 9 months. I think I'll take the 9 months, really. I mean, the MX Master mouse looks really nice, but I may end up sticking with a gaming mouse, but have it wireless, have it a little bit more subtle. I think it will work quite well in the setup. So moving on to the graphics card, I did say here I was either going to get the Radeon RX 5700 XT if I stuck with AMD. I want to say now that I haven't actually stuck with AMD. I've gone back to NVIDIA and I've got an RX 2080 Super currently sitting in my system, and it's a beast. It's a fantastic graphics card for concerning what I was upgrading from. Going to this was a big decision to make, and it was worth it. Absolutely worth it. Which now means, of course, I've got G-Sync back, which brings me on to, of course, the monitor choice. And I did say here, if I stuck with AMD, it would be the Samsung C34F791. But because I've gone back to G-Sync, the now more likely choice is going to be the LG 34GK950G. That's going to be the most likely option. I have been looking at others that are on there, so it could be, I think there's an Alienware one that looks pretty cool. Maybe even stick with Asus, perhaps. There's one there I quite like. But at the moment, the top choice is going to still be the LG one. Still want to get the speaker stands, the Soundrise Pro ones. Again, I think that will work with this setup really well because it'll put the speakers up to the right height. They'll be right towards my ears that way. And I think it will actually work really well with the new desk when that's in place. It will look really, really good. So, yeah, that will work quite nicely. Plus, it also means I can move all the audio stuff, space it out a little bit more to give the desk a little bit more room. In fact, speaking of which, going back to the monitor for a second, whatever monitor I choose, I want to make sure it has a VESA mount to it, because I actually want to put it on one of those proper monitor arms to free up the space around here, because the stand takes up, or the standard stand, the normal stand that comes with the monitor, it takes up so much space. So putting on one of those proper monitor arms, I can put so much more underneath here and look really, really nice. Audio changes, whether it's still going to happen, I don't know yet, but I am still looking into it. And I was looking at the JDS Labs EL series, so that's the separate DAC and the separate headphone amplifier. But then I kind of been looking at a different unit, and that's the Klipsch Heritage headphone amplifier. And that kind of made me think, should I really go back to a proper all-in-one unit? Again, I think it might free up some space. It might look a bit better. In fact, to be honest, in terms of overall appearance, externally, the Klipsch Heritage headphone amplifier, I think looks really, really classy. Whereas the JDS Lab stuff looks more, looks more when I say classy, it looks more industrial, looks more purposeful. But I don't know, I'm still on the fence with it. I'm probably going to go with the Heritage headphone amplifier because based on the reviews that I've seen of it, and I think it will work really well here. Open back headphones, that's going to be purely subjective. I'm looking at a couple of options, but still not sure yet. The custom sleeve cable, whether that'll happen is going to be completely down to me. It's not going to be a big change. Same with the keyboard mouse wrist rests. They're still going to be on the cards. But moving on to the phone. Still using the Galaxy S9 Plus. Great phone still. Now there's going to be some new phones going to be announced very, very soon. I think they've just announced the OnePlus 7T. But I'm still thinking about getting the Pro version or the Pixel 4 XL. They're my two main choices. OnePlus 7T Pro or Pixel 4 XL. Whichever one I choose is, again, going to be completely down to me. Yeah. Don't know why I held my breath there. So as also, once all the decorating's done and once all the new furniture's in, one of the changes that may happen sooner than the others will be the sound system for the TV. Because right now I'm using the Samsung soundbar. Again, I can't remember the model name. In fact, that's how much that thing has actually bored me. I can't remember the model name of the soundbar. I mean, it's fine. It sounds okay, but it lacks a lot of depth and it lacks a lot of sort of, I don't know. Well, basically, a lot of the features on that soundbar. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth, it's got all the smart features that you'd expect from a modern, up-to-date soundbar. And I haven't even used them once. All that's has been a TV sound enhancer. It hasn't done anything for me. It hasn't wowed me. It's just made the TV sound just a bit better. And I felt like I just wasted my money getting that thing. So I was looking at potentially changing it. I still want better sound for the TV, of course. But I don't want to go back to a soundbar. I don't want to stay with a soundbar. Because I don't think now, after having used one, I personally don't think they're worth it. I mean, they're fine for some people's use cases, but just not for me. So I was looking at potentially going with a hi-fi amplifier and a good set of stereo speakers. And I've been looking at one amplifier in particular that's just been released by a company called Cambridge Audio. And it's called the AXR100. It's a stereo receiver that has an FM radio and Bluetooth. That's it. 100 watts a channel. It looks really good. Whether it sounds really good is going to be purely subjective. And I want to pair it with a pair of Monitor Audio Bronze 2 speakers. Because I've got the Bronze 1s on my desk and they sound fantastic. I'm thinking for the Bronze 2s for more for the TV. It might bring out just a little bit of extra depth to the sound. So that's just one thing I was looking at. Or, if I don't go with a long TV stand and go with a shorter TV stand, I could potentially fit proper freestanding speakers. I think they call them either the Bronze 5s or 6s, the freestanding ones. They're expensive, yes, but that could be an option. That actually could be an option. Bloody hell. Thinking of other ways to waste my money. There was one other thing I had just added on, and I think it will tie in quite nicely to the whole lighter colour theme, and that's getting D-brand skins for the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. They're currently in black, they're just fine in black, but putting the matte white sort of wrap to them, I think it'll look really cool. One other thing I did actually do, just as a side thing, is I actually built this little guy, which is a little numpad. It uses the Cherrymex black switches that I used to build the keyboard. I just used the stabilizers that came with the kit. I think it looks really good. It actually came from KBD fans. Fun fact, actually, when I ordered this from KBD fans. It shipped in about 4 to 5 days from China. The keyboard took over a week to ship from the UK. That kind of says a lot. The only real difference, of course, is that this numpad, the edges of it, I don't know if you can see that, they are really, really sharp. And in fact, they're so sharp, I'm pretty sure you could cut paper. Give me a sec. Got a bit of paper here. Actually, tell you what. Can't show that bit. Got some paper. I wonder if you can actually cut this. Hold on. Give me a sec. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. On this edge, this is it. Here we go. There's kind of a mark there. Anyway, I was getting sidetracked, but at the moment, the way this numpad sits, it's just kind of sitting off to the side, and it's only used as and when. But I've also configured this to be a macro board. So, for instance, the escape key up there is actually the function key. So I do function, say, 2, and that puts it into controls for NVIDIA Shadow Play, which I find really, really cool. Solid aluminium case, black rubber feet. I think that turned out really nicely. It was just a little quick project. I put that on the subreddit, the mechanical keyboard subreddit. People seem to really like it, so that's pretty cool. And I think that pretty much does it. Yeah, as I said, a lot of the changes, the tech changes, will happen when the furniture changes happen and the walls get repainted. Because, as I said, I'm sick of that. Yeah, I'm just about pointing to it. That glassy green, I really don't like anymore. It's gonna change. Once that happens, it's gonna happen. But there you go. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. That'll do. It's getting late now. Well, I'll say it's late. It's now 5 to midnight. You could probably tell I'm not feeling that great, I guess. I'm off to bed. Bye.